Hello. Today I'm going to make a little tutorial on how to do my own hair, how to cut it in a funky bob. And the reason I'm doing it is because I was looking for one. I love doing things myself. I cut my kids' hair and I usually cut my hair, but I couldn't find a tutorial that was self-explanatory on how to do your own hair. So today I'm going to try showing you how to do it. I'm going to need several tools, some hair clips just to hold my hair in sections. A blending scissor and a regular hair scissor. And I'm going to use a hair clipper just because for me it's easier to make sure that my hair is even, and also my hair is curly, so it blends pretty well. You can't really see if I make a mistake. I'm going to go with very short sides and then kind of like a longer first like front part. As you can see, there's some green in my hair, and although I was trying to grow it out, it's taking much longer than I expected, and to be honest, I'm getting really bored. I can't really do anything because it doesn't curl. Then it's not short, and it's not long that I can pull it back. So I just think that I can do much more with it if it's shorter and funkier without waiting like half a year for it to grow. So here we go. Okay, so we're gonna get started. First of all, I cut my hair dry because it's curly, and I've realized that when you cut it wet, you miss out on the length of the hair. So I realized that it's easier for me just to cut it when it's dry, so I don't miss out. So I'm going to start by dividing the sections that I want to get short, and the ones that I'm going to leave long. So I'm going to grab all this front part that I am intending to not cut so short. You can see there's still some shortness there because that was what I shaved before when I actually got a haircut at a salon. So this part's going to get clipped. And then I guess I'm going to do two so it doesn't kind of fall off. And then the back, it's a bit longer, but I'm going to use the machine kind of cut that one through and use a mirror just so I don't miss out. So I'm gonna just get started back there, and I'm gonna get started with the sides actually, so I can't repeat myself and start crying like a baby. With the clippers, I'm gonna go with the piece that it's the number 2. And here we go. Let's see how that works out. So I usually go downwards just so I don't. Let's just adjust this before I get the hook. Yeah, there we go. No looking back. Yeah. So you can see it's doing kind of a nice job cutting semi-evenly, so I don't actually have to worry too much about the scissors and the clipping. I'm gonna go back and do it the other way around just so I don't go too short, and especially here on the back. So this side's all done. I'm gonna follow. This is actually a pretty quick haircut. It's gonna be very similar to what I do with my kids' hair. And I've gotten a lot of practice already with them. So hopefully I'm not gonna like suck too much. I'm not sure if you can see what I'm doing here, but this side is proving a little bit harder. I think it's a bit, yeah, here we go. And you have to pull it a little bit to get the cut in there. Right here. Yeah, there we go. Then of course I'm going to clean all of this up with scissors later, but just to get the process started. Because I've divided it, I'm not really worried about the length back there. Sometimes I have to like adjust the length of the clipper because I kind of get stuck when I'm working with a lot of hair. And again, my hair is curly, so even if I don't do a particularly awesome job with it, you're not going to be able to tell because it's it'll curl up and it'll look kind of funky, so we'll be alright. Now the other reason why I don't like going to the hair salon, it's because when you tell them to take off a trim a little bit, they cut like a lot, and I hate when they do that. Let's see if you can see already all this. So this is as much as I've cut so far. Put that back in there. There we go. And I'm gonna check with my mirror just to see. Yeah, it's pretty good. So I did a little bit of unevenness over here, but they'll all even out. There's some long pieces that I'm gonna have to clean up here. My hair has like a funny growth pattern on the end, on the back, which I'll have to shave later with the mirror. But you'll even out. So now I'm gonna clean up a little bit of that length. Let me just move this. So okay, the top part, it's down, and as you can see, obviously it's like super long. So what you do here, it's you work, you divide the hair, and then you go from short to long, just so that you kind of like have some sort of control of what you're doing. So I'm gonna do, and again, a lot of this stuff I just do organically because I know my hair and my hair growth pattern, and I'm pretty aware of where my curls and kinks are. Again, as you can see, I can find some long hairs here, so I'm just gonna go back and make sure those are out. Yeah, it can't come out. Sometimes these ones like stick back up. And now this is gonna go short, short, short. So short, 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 short. Yep, you can see. Short, 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 short. It's easier, and as a woman having long hair all my life, this was the most freeing feeling I had, like my Britney Spears moment when I was able to do this by myself. It feels really nice on your scalp. So there, no hair on the sides anymore. Because I could technically leave it like this, but it's too messy. It's too much volume in there. So again, I'm gonna divide and cut. So I guess I don't get too anal with the parts and the dividing. But here's when you this is so useful when you have curly hair. Because again, when you have straight hair, everything that you mess up kind of like shows up on the haircut. And when you have curly hair, it's so much more forgiving. So yeah, I'll clip it there. And I'm just chopping off the growth of like 2 years basically, but hey, it's just hair, right? So what I'm gonna do, it's one of the things that I really like to do is to cut with the machine, just because it leaves like less of a blurred angle. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab it like this and then just shave. And again, it's long to short. Sorry, short to long. So you start on the back and kind of give it a nice little edge. And that's gonna fall back. And we'll obviously clean. There's a lot of stuff that's gonna need clean up here afterwards, especially like when you're brushing the sides. But you continue to go on. You can clip what you're not using so it doesn't get in the way. Make sure you're clipping, yeah. And then grab your hair. And I don't want to go too short on the front, just because I like the nice contrast. So you kind of want to follow the line of where you left it. So if you kind of find what was the last length you give, and you continue to go up. Just make sure yeah. There we go. Oh, my grin's gonna go. Oh, I'm gonna have to do my highlights again. And I'll do a different video for that, but okay. So nice length there. Yeah, and then the top's gonna be the interesting part because I want it to be long enough. And I'm all itchy, of course, now. And I love the way it kind of turns out after you've gotten rid of the excess hair. But see, you kind of find where you left up and then you slip your finger in a diagonal. You realize that's not long enough, so you keep pulling until you find the length that you're happy with. And then that's that. And then hopefully the top part, which is all I'm missing. It's gonna be a bit forgiving. Yeah, and then you just do just a tiny bit from the top, right? Just enough to get dirt. And this is where the cleanup starts, because your hair is pretty much cut, and as you can see, you'll have a little bit of a nice length here, and you'll curl. You'll have kind of a nice funky thing, but I need my scissors now, so the scissors that I just bought for this haircut. And even with that, you know, even with all the stuff that I bought, it's still less that I would pay for a haircut. So nobody's gonna cut more than I want. So for me, it makes sense. So I don't like it when I go to the salon and then they give me like the bad haircut that I honestly don't want. Now, a nice way to blend on your sides is you can divide by half. And then you kind of walk your way in a line. Just to see here, it's like super long. So you kind of like go like this and you blend the side. Because you want the side to be long, but not that long. Okay, there we go. And then you continue to do that blending there. And then you find the right angle until it's kind of even. You're comfortable with the evenness of the haircut. Yeah, there we are. So there's some sort of a, see, and I can even put it back in my ear, which I like. Then I'm gonna do the exact same thing on the other side, just to make sure it's all even. And yeah, up here I missed a little bit, but it's not gonna be the end of the world. Again, this is a very organic haircut. It's kind of like a punkish kind of look. So not really that big of a deal if you have unevenness and choppiness. I think that kind of makes it even more interesting. Just don't cut your finger like I almost did. I think the front is almost there. Yeah. Because this is the side that I'm gonna be kind of like parting onto. I may want to just leave a little bit longer than it should be. Yeah, something like that. Yep, perfect. And again, because it's wet, it's hopefully not gonna create that big of a deal with it's dry. It's not going to create that big of a deal with the when I actually blow dry it, evening it all out. Kind of have some sort of evenness here. And then let's see, let's brush it on the side and see how that looks now. There's some things, some cuts that I need to do. I'll probably need it to be a bit shorter here, so it kind of looks weird. So in this instance, I will need just, yeah, kind of a shorter thing here. And again, I'm probably gonna just I can do the scissors, so I can do the machine. I think I'm gonna do the machine, just it gives me more control. I can just do it all at once without freaking out. Yeah, it blends it. So I have like a shorter side here now that is kind of blended. I'll blend it with the back in a sec. And then the long front, which is kind of punk rockish, which I really, really appreciate. And now I'll blend in a sec. And you can still see my tips that are a bit greenish. And this is where I'm gonna get the blending scissors. You can see there's like a big chunk here that looks kind of like just chopped up, which obviously it does because I kind of chopped it. So you kind of like blend in there, make sure it doesn't, and it does the trick. It kind of blends really nicely. This is very nice and used for taking out the weight. So all those long choppy pieces that you see there, we're gonna just kind of like go and, yeah. This blending tool does this great job and just takes a lot of the curly hair weight out. And it avoids having those blunt points when it just kind of looks like you use your third grade scissors to give yourself a haircut. So it's now really nicely blended. I may need some work here on the front. Yeah, I need to just kind of like blend this one in because it kind of looks funny like this. So this one here probably gonna blend a bit. Yeah. Yeah. On the back, oh yeah, these are the curls. So now I have to check how bad's in the back to see if I need to even out, because you see there's some longer pieces here that I may need to take care of. And again, I'll probably use I'll do the first the regular scissor, and then I'll do the tips with the other scissor just to pick out the edges. Okay, so let's see. There we are. It's going to be an interesting vacuuming job afterwards. I have hair all over the place. Let's see. And all of this I'm intending to obviously brush through the front. So hopefully it will, you know, when I use a pomade and I style it, it'll look interesting. Yeah, and I did do a voting thing in Instagram. I wasn't sure which haircut I wanted. I chose a bunch of different styles, and my friends helped me decide, and it's a nice thing just to get everybody's opinion on which one should look good. I was going for the more traditional look, and everybody wanted me to go and get the punk rock look, which, hey, I'm all for it. Yeah, I've done short hair for 2 years now, so I've colored green. Obviously, I have no issues with doing crazy stuff. So again, here I'm just kind of like cleaning, blending in some stuff here. As you see, it takes bits out of some, but not others, and it just kind of makes it nice and kind of distributes it nicely, yeah. And that's that. So now I'm just gonna get it wet and we'll style it and see how that looks. Okay, be right back. So this is how much I cut. It's all there. And now I'll be right back because I'm gonna dry it. Oh yeah, I forgot to shave the back. So with this one, I take the number 2 off. Just use a clipper. And I use a mirror, and this was kind of challenging because I have to make sure I don't like shade myself. It's the one side's easier than the other one, so here I just clean up these hairs. Yeah, this is kind of like a suicide mission here, but again, I've gotten kind of good at it, so I don't screw up that much. Because the less nervous I get, the better I do. You just kind of follow. Yeah, more. Not there in the back. Just do it. A little bit. Yeah, pretty decent. There we go. Okay, so I'm off the shower, and now I'm gonna dry it and see how that looks. Hopefully, because my hair is like all short and curly, I'll be able to do some final cleanups, but it'll be minimal. So now what I'm gonna do is I like to put what do you call it, coconut oil on my hair, so I think it does a nice job on holding things together. And for this bit, I'm going to use a diffuser and my hair dryer, so hold in there. Now, because my hair is so short, I'm just going to use a tiny dab, tiny, just like a little bit. Otherwise it gets really greasy. Blend it in. Just kind of put it in there, get it on the hair. Yeah, like it helps with the curl up, just with in general. My fingers through the hair. Make sure it curls. Flip it back. And again, this is where I'll do a little bit of the cleanup and see what I missed. Now the last bit is just you kind of mold it with your hands. I'm gonna get some wax, and I use living proof molding clay. This is really good. It's a bit thick, but just go light on the finger because it's very short hair, so don't overdo it. Gives it kind of like structure and volume, and you can kind of like play with the chunks and make it chunky and playful. And see, here are some chunks that I probably need to get rid of as well. So can do the blending one, or yeah, try to get some of this out just to kind of like not have too much volume in there. Oh, yeah, there we go. Just a couple of more blow dries, and that's a pretty done haircut. So whether you have 2 minutes to style it or a minute, you should be all set with a pretty nice haircut. That's gonna look pretty amazing, that you did yourself, and that cost you $0. And that hopefully you'll be able to maintain because you have the tools to do it. So I hope you like this, and I hope it helps people like me that were looking for a tutorial on how to do this thing on your own, okay? Have a great day. Bye.